Hi guys. So, first of all, I just want to say thank you for the support we've received um, in the last week. So, as a lot of you know, and a lot of people who follow me, you'll know that I've been spending some time with the Ukrainian volunteer army demining unit in Kherson. Um, Basically, it was just a way for me just to see, what's actually needed by these guys. So, it was like a way for me just to assess needs and see how they work and, how different operators are working inside Ukraine and, how we can tackle the problem with mines and what we can do in terms of going forward. So, obviously, from what you've probably seen this week, you can see that they are demining on a huge scale. I mean, the numbers are very high in terms of results, but safety not so good. Not really due to any fault of their own. I think it's just a lack of equipment, lack of training, and just the pressure on their shoulders for them to get the results that they need. Obviously, I have explained that a lot of these munitions do get returned to sue the armed forces of Ukraine for them to be reused, which is not always something we agree with in terms of trying to make the place a bit safer. But the reality of it is that Ukraine is not winning. It's not winning at the minute. Um, I've spent some time over the last couple of weeks with different units, and it's all the same stories. Russian forces have a lot of equipment, and all this stuff of stories about how bad they are, bad this, bad that, and poor they are. I mean, a lot of it's not true. They are quite advanced in terms of electronic warfare and pieces of equipment that they're using, especially drones. Um, One of my friends in Kherson actually said that the ratio of Ukrainian drones to Russian drones is about 10 to 1, and in some cases 15. One of my friends who stormed a Russian trench in the east of the country said that they had boxes and boxes of brand new drones. I think it was 26 in one trench. So this war is massive when it comes to drones, and it's as we all know, we see it every day. Um, so yeah, I think for us in terms of going forward and stuff, I mean, what we're going to be doing is spending a bit more time with the demining teams, assessing needs, and just seeing what we can do in terms of helping them. Like, I mean, this week we've managed to get you a lease of a truck which has been lent from a farm which hasn't been affected by the war. The Russians actually didn't get that far, but that lease is only for 3 weeks. So we will be looking at doing a fundraiser with some friends from Twitter um, around I've been told the 5th of September that fundraiser will go live. So that's just to raise funds for just a new truck for Yuri. He'll be able to use, because I don't think a 4x4 is going to be suitable actually. I mean, for the scale that they demine, a 4x4 isn't really suitable. I mean, they need something that they can fit minimum 100 mines a day on. And also going forward, training. So I have managed to find some people who will run some training with you, because for me stood there, I mean, obviously I see how they work. When I went to do my training, I was taught a completely different way to how they work. And it's wrong for me to be able to go in there and tell somebody how they should work. And I was never going to do that. That was never my plan. My plan is to stand there and observe and see what I think could maybe be improved and what we could actually help with. I mean, we're not millionaires. Let's just get one thing straight. We are very low funded volunteers, but we do what we can. Sunflower Project are also involved. My friends there, they're involved. They're based out of Mykolaiv, and they can, have that long-term, frequent relationship with Yuri that I can't always have because I'm all over Ukraine. I operate in the east, the north, and south. So I can't forget about my work, what I do usually. So, going forward, I have managed to get some training for them guys. So that's something we will be looking at doing and helping them with in the next couple of weeks, and that'll be run by some really experienced, technicians who've been working in Ukraine. So going forward, that's the plan at the minute. It's just assessing needs, seeing where we can improve, and what we can do for other people in order for them to work safely. That's the main thing. I mean, I try and explain to you, it's not always about numbers and stuff. It's it's about working safely. So, I mean, I must admit, when I watch him work and I spend time with him and I spend time with the team and I see what's going on, I mean, there's no denying they're on borrowed time. I won't go into detail, but it's safe to say that they are on borrowed time. I mean, Yuri's brother was actually killed by an OZM last year. OZM is like a jumping mine. It jumps up to a height and then explodes. Usually operated by like a tripwire or something like that. So, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the continued support as well. Everything that we get is through the power of the internet. I mean, I was that guy. I didn't really want to resort to YouTube and stuff like that. But the reality of it is that anybody who's successful in Ukraine in terms of getting aid and as volunteers, getting aid and helping people out, it's all due to their presence on the internet. So I'll be grateful if people can share our work and hopefully we can show people actually what's going on in the south and show the demining efforts and the demining struggles as well, because this war is crazy. I mean, the amount of mines is on a industrial scale. I'm talking about 1,000, and the training, the training that's going to have to be implemented is going to have to be also on an industrial scale, on a huge scale, which I know there's some other groups that are going to be doing that. Obviously got Swampy and Prevail, and even myself, Marky and all the guys. We're going to be looking at doing some training and stuff. And implementing that across Ukraine as well. The thing is as well, is that I read an article the other week as well about Ukraine actually only being given 15% of what was actually needed to demine during the counter-offensive. So that's 15% of the equipment required. The counter-offensive is very slow. Offensive is very slow, just due to the fact of how many mines there are. I mean, hopefully I've showed you just what we're dealing with in the south, and that's liberated territory as well. So it's going to be a slow process, and the only way this country is going to recover and gain its territory back, and even possibly win the war, is through the demining. So that's moving forward. That's getting territory back. That's recovering economically, as well. Obviously, some of I always say the bravest people in Ukraine are the deminers and the farmers. So you get the guys in the tractors and that just they drive around the mines. It's absolutely crazy, to be honest. But I suppose some people have to live. So yeah, so that's just a bit of an update from me. But yeah, keep supporting us, and keep sharing the videos as well, because that gets us more support. Um, and it also highlights the problem that we're facing in terms of demining. That's why I'm always feeling so strong about it, and that's why, I do what I do, and I'm very passionate about what I do as well. So yeah, so thank you for watching, and have a good week.